we go. Alright, we are live. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are excited because it's time for another night of Asagao Academy. For those of you just tuning in for the first time, my name is Gina, aka the Gina Chew. And I am super excited because we are about to play some more Asagao Academy. Okay, so we're gonna load from day 2. Let's load from day 2. Okay, so this is where we were on day 2. So just as a quick kind of summary of what we're doing. Hi, Spike Plays Games. And thank you for the host, Spike. You beautiful, beautiful man, you. Turn your game down and or your mic up. Okay, I have no idea how to do that, quite honestly. Because let's see, let's go to preferences. I could just straight up turn things down, really. Tell me, Spike, if this sounds better. Yeah, I'm using Gamecaster, Spike, because I don't really know enough to use Broadcaster. I heard that Gamecaster is much easier to use. Maybe you and I can discuss the Broadcaster already, because I know that you are worlds above me in this realm. But thank you for tuning in, and thank you so much for the host. I really appreciate it, dude. But anyway, welcome to Asagao Academy. So basically, to sum up what we've been doing so far, is we have just transferred. We're a third-year student here at Asagao Academy. We have an awesome roommate named Mai, and it turns out that at the school there is a club called the Normal Boots Club. It's a gaming club with all the most popular guys in school. So we've already met a couple of them. We met Jared, we met Jontron, and Jacques. Jacques' probably the best character we've seen so far. Because Jacques is hilarious. We met Satch in the library, which was awesome. And we saw PBG in our classroom, but he was giving us kind of weird looks. Like, I don't know what's going on with PBG, but we'll have to see. Are you not happy? Much be complete if that happens. But we shall see. So let's pick up from where we are in our locker. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and shoved the book inside. As good a book as it was, I was infinitely happier that I had Mai around so I didn't have to read it. Without her, who knew what I would do with myself, especially with PBG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria? It might just be the way that he was... that he was, sorry. That was a little bit of an awkward sentence. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria. So I didn't have to read it. Without her, who knew what I would do with myself, especially with PBG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria? It might just be the way that he was... that he was, sorry. That was a little bit of an awkward sentence. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria. I carried my... Meron Pan! I have a friend who loves Meron Pan. Okay. I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people, searching for the now familiar sight of Mai's red hair. Oh, I keep clicking that button. Let's not do that. Where is she? I couldn't see her anywhere, and there were almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing and joking, sharing bites of food, and splitting the cost for sodas. Suddenly, I felt very obvious and very alone. Isn't there anywhere I can sit? Just then, I spotted a table at the front of the room. Oh, it's Ian! Yes! I've heard that Ian is fantastic in this game. He's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, hidden block guy. So I'm so excited to see him. Brutal Moose is fantastic. And look at the sass on his face already. Like, he gives 0 fucks. It's fantastic. Okay. A lone boy sat at it, stabbing his spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. I love the descriptions in this game. He was having a hard time with it. I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Well, no wonder. He was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. Ian, why? Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning in front of the room. And he was wearing a jacket just like the normal Boots Club's, but different. A gold and gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front. Was he a member of another club? Or maybe he was friends with them?
Hey!
Hey, what?
Hana!
Hana! Oh, my! Mai appeared between me and the boy, who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti. Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back. You know, Spike, I was gonna go with the I hope he has lots of spaghetti. Oh, I hope he stabs lots of spaghetti. I hope he stabs lots of spaghetti. That's fantastic. I love it. Oh, I looked at the boy and then back at Mai. Come on. She grabbed my shoulder rather forcefully and pushed me to the back of the room. Hey, what's wrong?
Well...
You are so lucky I got here when I did. That kid is Brutal Moose. His real name's Ian. He's from the Hidden Block Club. The Hidden Block Club? Yeah, the rival club of normal boots. He's really weird. I mean, she looked around her to make sure no one was listening in, but we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria. He speaks in Comic Sans. Oh, dear God! Oh, dear, if his actual dialogue is in Comic Sans, I might throw something. Whoa! Yeah, whoa is right. Yeah, it'd be better to stay away from him, especially since you've already gotten to know some of the normal Boots guys. What are you talking about? I only just met John today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. I saw the way PBG was staring at you. He totally likes you. Yeah, PBG looked like he wanted to murder us. What are you even talking about? Really? Is that what you thought it was? Either Mai was blind or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. Oh, totally. It was so cute. Just like my favorite manga. You meet in high school, fall in love, and then go off and fight aliens together. Oh, Lord. This is not Mass Effect. This is a different game. I don't think that's going to happen. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's happening. So, now that you're in good with PBG, can you introduce me to Jared? This girl is thirsty as hell for Jared. It is hilarious. I still don't know if I'm going to romance him or not. I mean, just to be nice to her, I might not romance Jared. I mean, if I could hook her up with Jared, that would be really cute. I don't know. Oh, was that what she was getting at? A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the normal Boots guys? That couldn't be the case, though. She was so nice. Still, looking at her shining and eager face, I couldn't talk myself out of the idea. I actually thought PBG didn't like me.
What?
What? Why would you think that?
Well...
He was glaring at me. Man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle. Wait, a triangle now? I can see it. Stars practically erupted from her eyes. PBG, I can't. But Hana, I love you. But my maidenhood. Whoa. I feel like this dialogue for this game must have been the most fun thing to write. Yes, there were triangles involved, Spike. Where are you going with this? I slammed my fork onto the table. Mai looked pleased with herself. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're really cute when you blush. You almost match your hair. That's not fair at all. I beg to differ. Still, I searched in my mind, eager to change the subject. That was an impressive scenario.
What?
Well, what? No, it wasn't. I just made it up on the spot. Mai laughed nervously. Oh, so that girl who was talking to me when we got separated. Mai told her story of her past friendship with this girl like they were eternal arch nemeses. Apparently, they had some bad blood. I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating. We got up and tossed our trays together. As I headed towards the door, though, Mai hesitated. Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. I'm just gonna go get it. I'll see you later, though, right?
See you later.
Okay, see you in class. I waved and Mai sprinted off in the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. Mai, what are you up to? Large groups of 7 or 8 people were laying out in the sun, playing catch and eating lunch on the lawn. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. I smiled. Maybe this new school really would be better than my last. Without students inside of it, Poppy Hall looked a bit like an abandoned hospital. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. With a sigh, I opened up my locker and pulled out the book Satch gave me. It was a good thing I brought it after all. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window. A boy sat on the windowsill and he jerked up when I came in. We don't know. It's a mystery, man. He was silhouetted by the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell who he was. Hello? I'm sorry, did I bother you? The boy stood and shook his head, then crossed to a desk on the opposite side of the room. As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Another Normal Boots jacket? This guy, he was Shane from the Normal Boots Club. Oh, Shane. How on earth did this keep happening to me? Shane sat down at his desk, fidgeted with his hands a little, then turned to look at me. You're the new girl? I nodded. My name is Hana. It's nice to meet you. He nodded. Shane. Oh, quality voice acting there, Shane. Silence filled the space between us. Panic built up inside me. This was my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it. I walked to my desk and sat down, settling the book on top of it. Shane looked at me, unsmiling. You're a part of the Normal Boots Club? Yes, I am. Why? He spoke as if it were a challenge, almost glaring at me. I just saw your jacket, so I trailed off. The jackets are really cool.
Okay.
You know, I've really never seen any of Shane's videos, but his voice acting is superb. I love it. Yes, they are. Silence again. He seemed skeptical, as if expecting me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large amphibious reptile. I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? But Shane didn't seem friendly. In fact, he seemed downright suspicious. Surely he wasn't on to me already? Maybe it was better not to risk it? Oh, jeez, what do we do? Do we try talking to him or do we give him some space? I'm not particularly invested in the idea of romancing him. And it probably would be better to give him space. I mean, he obviously doesn't seem to want anybody around. So I think we're going to give him his space. I chewed my lip and opened up my book, finding the page I ended on the night before. Shane's stare still stung, hot on the side of my face. He wasn't looking away. I stared at the page of my book, rereading the same sentence without grasping any of what it said. Finally, a small group of girls entered the classroom and Shane looked away. The atmosphere was broken. I heaved a sigh of relief. What was up with these normal boots guys? I thought that they've all been really nice up until Shane. Really, PBG was a little weird too. John was really nice when I spoke with him, but PBG and Shane seemed to hate me. They were anything but normal. Oh, that's a terrible pun. Why? I waited for Mai to come to class, wanting desperately to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Oh no. Class came and went, the bell rang and I was alone. PPG stared at me for the entirety of the class period, his face growing more and more menacing by the minute. How his face wasn't stuck in a perma-frown, I would never know. Shane and John didn't bother talking to me as they left the classroom, and the other students paired up around me. Hey Mimi, would you like to engage in a casual discourse this evening? Yeah, of course. But why are you talking like that? Ellipses. I stuffed my book into my backpack and headed to the dorm. With a sigh, I unlocked the door to my dorm room. As soon as the door opened, I heard...
Hannah!
That.
What?
Wait, what? Oh. Mai and I lay in a heap on the floor. I'm so glad you're back! She wrapped her arms around my head and nuzzled me. Oh, what are you doing? Spike. Come, look! She got off me and helped me to my feet. Without my face filling my vision, I saw that something had changed. Oh my goodness! The dorm room looked nothing like what it had before. The posters and fairy lights were still up, but now the window had light pink curtains on it that cast a warm haze around the room. A brand new white carpet was on the floor. Pillows were piled high in a mountain on the top bunk of the bunk bed. Even our chairs had been replaced with new cushy leather ones. What happened here? Sorry I didn't tell you, but I wanted to surprise you. So you cut class to surprise me? I thought this would come in yesterday, but it was delayed by a day. I wanted to set it up to be a big surprise. I'm still not done yet, though. She gestured to some small potted plants arranged in neat rows on her desk. Want to help?
Yeah.
Do I ever? We finished setting up the room up, switching a few objects here and there in order to better facilitate the feng shui, which Mai told me was excruciatingly important. She especially wanted to make sure our room was filled with reds and pinks and coupled items, though for what purpose I wasn't sure. We collapsed with heavy sighs on the floor, then heaved great big yawns. It's not even the end of the day yet, and I'm so tired. Me too. Wait! She shut up suddenly with a jolt. We should get some ice cream.
Really?
Ice cream? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, something to celebrate being roommates. The ice cream here on campus is genuinely good, I promise.
I don't know.
And I'm paying. Well, if that's the case, you made me an offer I can't refuse. Sweet, let's go. The school's shop was in a side building off the cafeteria packed with instant noodles and giant bottles of soda. Students wandered the aisles aimlessly, clearly here more to spend time than money. Mai paid the cashier and we grabbed our ice cream cones, mine the one covered in sprinkles. This song, by the way, I've heard is a mixture of JonTron and Jared's theme that somebody made, I think. It's like a remix of the two of theirs. If you listen to it, you can kind of hear it. Whoa, this is delicious. Oh, again, I did it. You know what? Let's save, why don't we? While we're here.
Yeah.
Isn't it? We're lucky to have such good food on campus. This place would be awful if we didn't. I nodded and was about to respond when I noticed a commotion outside. Oh, let's see what's going on. Mai grabbed my arm and dragged me outside. There, three boys wearing normal boots jackets were shouting at each other, each of their faces turning purple. Oh no. This again?
What?
What are you talking about?
Mama!
Oh, it's the guys from Continue! I.
Rump. Yeah!
No.
What's up? Hey.
There wasn't time for this. I had work to do if I wanted to keep my scholarship. After pages and pages of notes on Japanese history, it was nearly time for lunch. Oh, we have a diary! I clicked on this on accident, but I didn't even know. I suppose I should read the diary entries, huh? Oh, we'll read this one. This is all just about her being excited and trying to get in with the Normal Boots Club, but I'll read this one. Dear Diary, after what happened last night, I don't even want to think about what'll happen today. I'm trying to stay positive, but... And I also see that there are tournament points. I don't know what that is, but I'm a little concerned. I may be... I have a feeling I'm going to get a bad end in this game. I've heard it's very easy to do. We shall see. Okay, everyone is almost free to go. The work tonight isn't so hard, so don't grumble. You should work together to complete it even if you have a hard time. Also, as you may be aware, the Flower Festival is coming up in a week and a half. This news was met with a few cheers as everyone started to pack up. Since you have the day of the festival off, our first exam will be the day before. There were no cheers this time. Romance is wonderful, believe me, I know, but try not to let the festival distract you, okay? That is all. See you tomorrow. Miss Shizuka flashed a peace sign and winked as she walked out the door. What a weird teacher. Oh, that lecture was so boring. Mai walked beside me, a tray in her hands. We were shuffling through the cafeteria trying to find a seat. Didn't you say that yesterday? Probably, but it's true for today too. Hana, help me. I'm gonna die of boredom. We have an assignment to keep us busy, Mai.
What?
We already have work to do? How did you not hear that? Mai sighed dramatically, then leaned to the side and rested her head in the crook of my neck. I reached up to pat her head a few times, but she straightened before I could do it. Oh God, Hana! Paul's walking over here. He's looking at you. Does he look angry to you? Why is he coming over here? Do you think he's gonna kick you again? Mai has like this weird stream of consciousness thing that she does. She just starts rapid firing questions. The same Paul who humiliated me last night strode towards me. I instinctively backed away, but he kept coming closer. I'm glad I found you. He didn't look angry to me. In fact, he was giving me an odd, lopsided smile. I wanted to make sure you weren't hurt or anything. You ran off before I could properly apologize. I looked down at my feet. It was embarrassing enough that I ran off crying like a little girl, but to know that I made them feel bad was even worse. At the same time, the image of my ruined uniform popped into my mind. I couldn't tell whether I was more angry or embarrassed, or whether I was feeling something else entirely. I got you pretty bad, didn't I? I think I ballerinaed too hard. He tilted his head to the side. It's a shame you're not wearing the uniform from yesterday. I like the pink splotches on you. It matched your hair. A deep, sick feeling crawled up from my stomach to sit in my throat. My dumb, stupid hair! Everywhere I went, people made fun of it. I thought the normal boots guys were different, and he was trying to apologize. How could he say something like that to me? I don't think he's trying to be mean. I think he's just trying to diffuse the awkwardness of the situation. Not for the first time, I thought of dyeing it a different color, but quickly dismissed it. Paul was waiting for a response, by giving me a quick nod as if warning me not to mess this up. I mustered up my best smile, hoping it was at least something convincing. It's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm more than happy to pay for the dry cleaning. Josh and Nick and I feel really bad about everything. We've never made a girl cry before. Well, not by physically injuring her, I guess. Oh, Paul. Thank you, but I was just going to scrub it in the sink. Dad and I can never afford things like dry cleaners, so I was surprisingly good at hand washing things. That thing's gonna need more than just hot water and soap, trust me. Tell you what, I have a friend who's a natural with that kind of stuff. I'll ask her to get the stain out for you. Just meet me later and bring your uniform, okay? I'll try not to kick you this time. Without giving me time to say yes or no, he nodded and turned to leave. He spun quickly back around. I flinched. Are you and, Mai, right? Do you guys have a table? The cafeteria's pretty full right now. You can sit with us if you want, just for today. Oh! Oh, Mai is having a field day. I can already see it. Yes! Yes, we'll go. Right, Hana? Lunch? With the Normal Boots Club? Maybe I really could be friends with them. And then no one would bother me again. Not about my hair or the ice cream incident. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right.
All right, follow me, ladies. Oh, this is gonna be... I have a feeling this scene's gonna be fantastic. I'm sensing great dialogue ahead. He led us to the middle of the cafeteria where the Normal Boots Club sat with a table all to itself. Hey, you found her! You're Hana, right? I nodded, blushing as I took a seat at the edge of the table next to Paul. Mai forced herself between Jared and PPG. Of course she did. Her eyes were only a few sparkles away from forming huge hearts. Real subtle. So, Hana, we saw that you were upset and we're all worried. Are you feeling better? PPG looked at me, clearly concerned. My heart was beating hard against my chest, but I wasn't sure whether it was because I was nervous or because the sad look on his face made me want to give him a hug. Or maybe it was because I was about 2 inches away from Paul and only an arm's length away from all the other guys. As I tried valiantly to open my mouth, whispers spread around the lunchroom. Well, here we go. Look at those girls over there. Who do they think they are? How come they get to sit there? I wish Senpai would notice me. Oh, why does this game exist and why is it so good? How is this good? Main characters get all the luck. I love this fourth wall breaking with her hair and being a main character, by the way. Suddenly, my thoughts turned dark. Could it be that by getting close to these guys, I was setting myself up as a target instead of getting protection? Well, you shouldn't be trying to make friends with people just to have an easier time anyway. You should just want to be friends with them because you want to be friends with them. My thoughts spun in my head. I was suffocating. PBG was still looking at me, even more worried than before. I'm fine. Thanks for your concern. Please don't feel bad. It was my fault for getting in the way. I'm sorry for causing such a scene. I should have controlled myself better. I hung my head. I wasn't sure how to act around these guys, so I defaulted to extremely polite. My father would have been proud.
Hana.
Hey, Hana, don't apologize. It was Paul's fault. Right, Paulie? Nick shoved Paul, who looked exasperated. I apologized as best I could, Nick. Give me a break. It was a relief that PBG wasn't staring at me anymore. Almost no one else was paying me or Mai any attention. Shane, however, was still shooting me quick, suspicious glances. It was almost like he didn't want me there, and I felt uncomfortable.
Hey, Hana.
How do you like it here so far, Hana? Gerard! Hi, Gerard. Good, how about you? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Let us talk about this moment, okay? I think we've all had that moment in time where we have done something just like that, where somebody, you know, will, you know, like if it's your birthday or something, somebody will be like, oh, happy birthday, and you'll be like, thanks, you too, and then you stop and you realize how dumb what you just said was. Oh, Hana, I know. One of the things I love about the way that they built this main character is that, like, I know all of the social awkwardness feels that she is having so well. Like, I'm cringing for her because I know how bad. Oh my god. Okay, let's continue. I mean, I like it here, thank you. Gerard smiled at me, then turned away. I picked at my food. The guys were all wrapped up in their own conversations, and Mai was busy preventing hyperventilation from being so close to Jared. Yeah, maybe you should have, like, kept her. Maybe he needs, like, some sort of, I don't know, court order against her, because she's like, oh god, oh god. I can feel his body heat. Oh dear.
Hey.
You doing okay, Hana? Satch! A smiling Satch turned to me. I know we can be overwhelming. You're fine, right? Yeah, I am. Thank you. Thanks for recommending me that book, by the way. It's been really good. Do you like it? That's great. I figured you would. Yeah, I'm sorry. Out of all these characters, I mean, Satch already gave me a book, and as far as, like, me and my personal life, that's pretty much the way to my heart, so I don't know. I don't know. Still don't know who I'm going for. I should probably figure that out. It's really funny, but the narrator's annoying. Yeah, he could be a bit rude. He pushed up his glasses, then grinned at me.
Alright.
You were pretty quiet, but I knew there was more to you. I winced. Sorry, I can be a bit of a wallflower. No need to apologize. I'm sure we've all been wallflowers before. But that reminds me, the flower festival. He turned to the group, addressing them all, and as if on cue, they all suddenly turned to pay him attention. Who are you all taking this year? Oh, here we go! Right, the flower festival. Miss Shizuka mentioned it before. What is the flower festival? No one's explained it to me yet.
Well...
It's basically just a festival. Didn't you have those at your old school? We did have festivals at my old school, but they were basically just 40 kids grouped in one room, sharing snacks they brought from home. Well, we had something kind of like them, but I stopped going.
Really?
Oh, why not? They're so fun. I didn't really want to answer. There was no way I could say, well, my friends turned on me, so when I went, people pretended I didn't exist. But Mai was waiting for an answer, and everyone was looking at me. I'm just... not into that stuff, I guess. Oh, well, maybe you'll like this one more. The flower festival happens all over Japan around this time of year, but it's a big deal in Higanbana. That's the town right next to Asagao. There's apparently some kind of myth about flowers that's somewhat important. Supposedly, the founder of Higanbana was an old man who got lost in the mountains and almost died of thirst. This flower spirit came to him and offered him help in return for his vow to protect her home. He agreed, and she drained herself of all of her water so he could drink. The man founded Higanbana to watch over the meadow in which he met the flower. In some versions of the myth, the man and the flower spirit fell in love. It's a truly romantic festival. One may hope to find someone with which to make a vow of eternal love, just as the man and the spirit did, and to live on to protect the one they love. Jared winked, and Mai swooned. Freaking Jared. I love him. So during the day of the flower festival, there's a lot of stalls set up, and you can play games and eat food or go flower viewing. Then at night, there's a special meadow over by the temple where you can go watch the flowers, and there's a bonfire and dancing. It's a lot of fun. We look forward to it every year. Asagao sells paper flowers in a little booth to raise money for the school, too. So there's usually a big volunteer drive beforehand for the people who are good at origami. Oh, origami's Hana's thing! You said the magic word! Origami? I'm good at origami.
Really?
Really? Shane is too. Maybe you should work together. Oh. Oh. as John Chan would say, oh no. Shane gave a tight-lipped smile. Somehow I didn't think that would be happening.
Hey.
Hey, speaking of, I swear you rejected 10 girls last festival season. I mean, that's nothing compared to me, naturally, but there were so many girls with broken hearts, even I couldn't mend them all. I love how every picture of him has him sparkling. It's so good. You still hung up on your English girlfriend?
What?
Shane flinched, visibly taken aback. Then he shrugged. I don't talk to her anymore. Oh, Shane. I just want you to be happy, that's all. He wiped away a fake tear. Shane grimaced. How great would it be if someone asked me? Maybe even if one of the normal boots guys did? Oh, I wonder. No, I doubted that would ever happen. They were only letting me sit there because they physically assaulted me. Almost true. I sighed and cut my beefcake with a plastic knife. So, any girls in mind, fellas? Besides me, Mai shifted nervously. Her eyes kept flicking from Jared to her french fries. She looked like a child who stole several cookies. Several cookies. Jared spread out his arms and raised an eyebrow. A god waiting for names to fall into his lap. I'm thinking of going solo this year, to be honest. Yeah. Same. Man, you guys are boring. You aren't much better, man. I am on another level compared to you guys. I've already got my choice picked out. There was a quiet clattering next to me. Mai had dropped her fork. Yeah, I'm sure you have, and it'll probably be a new choice tomorrow. Jared flipped his hair with his hand. You know me so well. At least Jared's self-aware. There's only so much time to make so many different girls' dreams come true. I must find the one who is most in need. So it's not even about which one you like, huh? Nope. And you make fun of me. Just then, the warning bell rang. It was time to head back to class. As everyone got up to toss their trays, I stood up, overwhelmed with a sudden burst of feeling, shouted, Thank you for letting me and Mai eat lunch with you today. I really appreciate it. There you go, Hana, you spoke! Yeah, thanks. Hana was having a terrible day and you guys just cheered her right up. So, see you guys again tomorrow, same time. Oh my! You are sly. Look at you trying to get up in there. Mai tilted her head, eyes twinkling. Mai? Paul said we can only sit with them for today. It's cool. Paul waved a hand in dismissal, almost dropping his tray with the other. The cafeteria's really crowded and we have extra room at our table. People are too afraid to sit with us or something. Well, we did kick a girl yesterday. All three of them shrugged at the same time, then left the room, moving in unison like a team of synchronized swimmers. Jared dumped his tray and jogged to catch up with them. As soon as they were out of earshot, Mai took my hands in hers and jumped up and down. You did it, Hana! We get to sit at the popular table! I've been trying to do this for 2 years and you did it in 2 days! She dropped her hands and made a, jokingly, I think, angry face. Main characters have all the fun. Let's see if we have, before we continue with this, let's see if we have a new journal. I think just each day we get a new one. So when a new day starts, I'll have to make sure to check our journal. I have to remember to do that. You'll be in pairs, painting a diorama on a papier-mâché lamp. Anything postmodern. Then write a paper on design. Or don't. That works too. But remember, this project will count for 10% of your final grade, so work hard! Sound good? The only response was a bitter murmuring. Miss Shizuka often ended with sounds good, but she never cared about the answer. Alright, in the last few minutes of class, pick your partners and discuss your project plan. We'll continue next time. In a matter of seconds, almost all the desks in the classroom connected. I looked at Mai, but a girl Mimi Santos already claimed her. Mai frowned at me as if to apologize. Mai was making fun of Mimi at the beginning of this game. They didn't seem to really get along. What is going on here? I scanned the classroom for the few other people I met, finding them already paired. Oh, I have a feeling, because I think John and Shane and PBG are in this class. I have a feeling we're going to get paired with PBG. I have a feeling this is what's going to happen. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. I'm going to be the only one without a partner. Suddenly, the edge of a desk collided with mine.
Hey.
I called it! 10 points for Gina. Guess we'll be working together. PBG sat in front of me with a cheeky grin. Didn't he sit on the other side of the room? How did he get his desk over here so quickly? I leaned over to look past him. He left a gaping hole and several collapsed students in his wake. Ah, PBG. Seeing my gaze, he turned around. Oh, oops, sorry. He waved sheepishly. A boy glared at him. Well, for better or worse, we're partners. I guess we are. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Oh, wait, no, that's not what I meant at all. You're super smart. I'm just sorry you're stuck with me. You're pretty smart too, though. Right? Right. Not that I knew. I guess. But I hate schoolwork. I don't care about it at all. 10% of our grade depended on this project. Oh, not that I'm going to make you do it all. I may not like school, but I'm not going to let someone else fail just because I think it sucks. I haven't done something like that since I was a kid. The girl got so mad, I learned my lesson. He laughed, hitting the desk and crinkling his nose. I didn't see what was so funny, but from the way he was looking at me, it seemed like I should. I assumed that girl was... Okay, I think I'm gonna call this now. I think PBG and Hana know each other and she just doesn't remember. I think that's what's going on here, because thinking about it now, with these sorts of games, there's always like the childhood friend that you forgot about and then you remember and you're like, oh yeah, when we were kids, and it becomes like a thing. So I'm gonna call now that Hana and PBG know each other. I bet you Hana was that girl. Oh, I didn't read there we go. I didn't read that line, but I can scroll back. Yay for Renpai! I smiled hesitantly. He stopped laughing and frowned at me the same way he did yesterday. Do you like apple cider? Smooth, PPG smooth. I'm sorry? Or pinball? Or what about magnolias? Yeah, I guess I do. You guess you do? But you... Oh, yeah, I think I'm right here. He sputtered, opening and closing his mouth like he was trying to eat the air. I searched his face, wanting to help him out. He was clearly struggling. PBG leaned forward, looking into my eyes like he was deciphering a code. Really forward. So close I could see little brown flecks in his eyes forward. Ellipses. Ellipses. What? PBG moved away, his anxious look fading into a slight smile. Actually, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it? I was brainstorming, a subject for our piece, but you don't have any strong reactions to anything, so I guess we won't be doing those then. Like hell. The bell rang and students started packing up. Oh no, we didn't get to pick a project. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I was messing around. But don't worry, I'll come up with something. Just leave it to me. He thumped his chest as he got out of his chair, striking a pose and giving me a wide, reassuring smile. He shuffled his desk back to the side of his room as I packed my things away. I didn't understand what happened, but maybe it was better to forget about it? He didn't seem to want to explain. I left the classroom, thinking to wait for Mai, but instead PBG trailed me into the hallway. Oh, hello, Makona6. Welcome to the chat. You like my theory. Okay, so either you've played it before and that's a subtle hint that I'm correct, or you're just messing with me. Either one, it doesn't matter to me. I left the classroom thinking to wait for Mai, but instead PBG trailed me into the hallway. He cleared his throat and I turned to face him. I tilted my head back an uncomfortable degree. He was tall, but he was scratching his neck, avoiding eye contact. So, I know you said that you were fine at lunch, but are you sure you're okay? I mean, you were really freaked out yesterday, so... Heat crept its way into my face. No, I'm alright. As long as you're fine. If you need help with anything, you can rely on me, though, especially since... The uncertain look crossed his face again. I'm my theory. My theory. Well, never mind. Are you heading back to the dorms? Yes. Nice, me too. We can go together. He pumped his fist into the air. I glanced into the classroom. Mai was still talking to Mimi, looking like she was about to rip the girl's head off. She wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Makona, you've never played. You just think it's an interesting theory. Okay, well, we shall see. Sure, let's go. But as we turned to leave the hall, we were interrupted by someone wearing a yellow and gray jacket. Uh-oh! Uh-oh, it's a hidden block guy. The rival club's jacket. Oh! That's Space Hamster! It's Jeff! I could tell by the cheekbones. My heart stopped. Standing before us was a tall man with cheekbones like no tomorrow. Did I call it or what? I didn't recognize him from our class, which must mean that he was one of the other hidden block members. I didn't know whether I should scoff at him or ignore him, but before I could do anything, PBG held out his hand for a high five.
Hey.
Yes, PB and Jeff! They're a team! They're a team. Hey, Jeff! Jeff returned the gesture and the two locked into a conversation.
Hey, what's up?
PBG! You pumped about the soccer match?
Yeah.
Yeah! I've been waiting for this day all summer.
Right on.
Are you busy? I'm trying to get the team together right now for a last-minute practice. You in? Ah, they're both on the soccer team together. I like that they made PBG and Jeff friends, because, you know, it works. I'm so in. I have nothing to do for the rest of the day. Are my cleats still in your locker? Yep. Awesome. Let's go then. Jeff briefly looked at me and pointed. PBG turned around, surprised I was still waiting.
Hana.
Oh, Hana. Sorry, I gotta go. See you in class tomorrow. I'll make sure to bring my thinking cap. He put on an invisible hat, then gave me a thumbs up. Oh, wait. Do you want to come to our game? It's in a few weeks and it's the first one of the year, so it'd be cool if you came to watch us. Mostly me, because I'm the star player. Star player of the San Arcanaves. Why is Titus the first thing I thought of in that line? Wow, thanks. Of course, or I don't really like sports. See, people seem to be getting the really bad ending really easily. And I'm wondering if it's because they tried to get in with all of the guys. But I mean, why wouldn't we go see the soccer game? Like, why wouldn't we? So let's say, of course!
Yeah.
That sounds really fun. I would love to come. Woo! Thanks, that really means a lot to me. Usually the first game doesn't conjure a big crowd. Can I bring Mai? She might have planned on going anyways, but she was always including me in things. I wanted to do the same for her.
Yeah.
Totally! Bring as many people as you want. Fill up the stands! He left with Jeff and I headed back to the dorms. Mai usually walked with me. It felt weird to be alone, and suddenly I realized it would feel even weirder to be in the dorm alone. Not knowing what else to do, I headed for the library. Might as well get started on some homework. I stayed in the library much longer than I anticipated, head low over a small sheet of project ideas in a thick book. Every time I thought about leaving, panic seized me. The truth was, I still didn't know my way around the academy. Mai had been there to guide me, and I was more focused on the people around me than the places. Well, maybe Satch is still around. I'm telling you. Saturday, like, won my heart by giving me a book. That's just the best thing. Makona, I agree. That is why I made that decision. I should just go to soccer. It's a good time. Okay? If there was an actual soccer game where Jeff and Austin were playing, I would go see it. I mean, why not? As students trickled past, laughing and heading off to no doubt have tons of fun, I fiddled with my pencil. I would have to leave eventually, though. Hesitantly, I closed my notebook and stood.
Hey, Hana.
Oh, it's Gerard! Hey, Hana, how are you? I whirled around. Gerard was walking past me, a thick book in one hand.
Gerard.
Gerard, hi! I'm good, thank you. I laughed weakly and found myself wringing my hands together. Yeah? He clearly didn't believe a word I was saying. I sighed. Just be honest. Okay, here we go. I'm a bit scared to leave. I know that sounds pathetic, but I don't really know my way around here, so... Yeah, you look a bit like a lost otter. A lost otter? But hey, I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to you until now. I've been wanting to ask if you're settling in all right. I know that transfer students don't really get introduced to the school the same way freshmen do. Are your classes okay? How's your homework load? Do you like the food? Getting along with Mai? Wow, Gerard, a lot of questions. I stuttered, unsure of which question to answer first. Everything's fine. Mai's great, yeah. She showed me around the campus recently. It was very nice of her, but she wasn't very thorough. A grin slowly spread across Gerard's face, as if he was unwrapping a present. I can show you around if you like. I used to give tours to incoming students. If you're new, you really should get a tour. You know what? We're petrified that we don't know where we are going. Obviously, we're going to go on a tour with Gerard. Gerard's eyes lit up at the mere mention of a tour. I felt bad turning him down.
All right.
Great! We could start at the boys' dorm. I need to put my books away. I love his laugh. He laughed and headed out of the library. I fell into step alongside him. By the way, I just have to say, I love the comment. I kind of really didn't mention it when it happened, but I love the comment that she made about, or not she, but I think it was, one of the Continue guys said that, you know, people don't seem to ever want to sit with them at lunch. Like, they're so popular, it almost alienates them from everyone else. Which I think is kind of a unique look into the way popularity is from the popular people's perspective. I mean, I was definitely one of the outcasts when I was in high school. But the interesting thing about that sort of dynamic is you know, the grass is always greener on the other side, and it's not always perfect being the popular people. You know, I mean, you can see we've met so many of the normal boots guys, and they're totally regular people, but they're treated with like this reverence, and people are so intimidated by them. You know, it must not be the easiest thing in the world for them. It was interesting perspective on things. I like that they touched upon that. Anyway, back to Gerard. Has anyone told you we don't get many transfers? It's been implied. I always wonder what new students think of everything right when they get here. I wish I could experience everything here for the first time again. Was your old school anything like this? No! Not at all. It feels more like a college campus because of the dormitories. My old high school was just a big brick building. Gerard nodded. I thought he wanted to say more, but we were in front of the boys' dorm. He pulled open the door for me, and once inside he held open his hands.
Oh yeah.
This is Bluebell House. It's where the boys live. It's literally a carbon copy of the girls' dorm, except that the walls are blue. How do you know that, Gerard? Gerard. Feel free to walk around, but probably don't go into any rooms. I'm gonna go drop this off. I'll be right back. He raced off to the stairwell, then took them two at a time. I got the feeling he was rushing so as not to make me wait longer than I had to, and I smiled. It made me feel cared for. There wasn't much to look at or do while I was waiting, though. I stepped to the side so as not to block the door, and stretched out my neck, listening to the sounds of an action movie from a room nearby. Maybe I should wait outside? I headed for the dormitory door, but when I reached to pull it open... Oh! That's Caddy! That's Caddy on the right! I instantly recognized his face. Ah, Danielle did a great job of the art in this game. The door swung open by itself, and 2 yellow-jacketed men stepped into the hall. I stared up at them in shock, and then they looked at me the same way. I'm not sure who the guy on the left is. I don't know every single YouTuber in this game. So, I'm lost on a couple of people, but that's okay. Whoa, pink hair? That's unique. The one on the right instantly called out to my hair in a thick British accent. Oh, since I know Caddy is British, should I do a British accent for when he speaks? I don't know if that's even like borderline offensive. I don't know. I do an okay British accent, but I don't know. Anyway, the other, probably the youngest student I met so far, scanned me up and down. You're the girl who sat at the normal boots table today, aren't you? You could tell? Was my presence already so well known just from sitting at their table? I wasn't sure whether to be pleased or upset, but the men in front of me were busy talking amongst themselves. I never thought they'd entertain having a girl join them. Do you think it's because of the puzzle incident? Shane would never be comfortable with someone joining up just like that, though. They hardly know her. There must be some reason she sat with them, though. If they're planning a secret weapon, we should get back at them. Excuse me? Really? I shouted into the middle of them, shocking even myself. I wasn't usually so loud or forward, but the way those two were bickering gave me the impression that if I didn't stop them, they'd keep going on forever. I'm right here! You can just ask me something if you're confused.
Hey!
Hey, you're right! So are you joining the Normal Boots Club then, or...
What?
Joining? Joining the Normal Boots Club never even crossed my mind as a possibility. All I was thinking about was getting in good with them, getting on their good side so that hopefully people wouldn't mess with me. Actually joining the club? Was that even possible? And weren't they gamers or something? I had almost no experience with video games. There was no way I'd be able to join. Seeing my crestfallen face, the young member backtracked. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. We're members of the Hidden Block Club, and the Normal Boots Club is our rival in tournaments, so we were just wondering...
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful person.
Ah, Caddy! That was great! Oh, I love that he voiced that. That's great. Okay. I'm Cat Icarus, and this is Jimmy Wetzel. You can call me Caddy for short, though. Everyone does. Yeah, I was calling him Caddy from the moment I saw him. And that is Jimmy Wetzel. Okay, I know who Jimmy Wetzel is. Everyone? Jimmy cast a knowing glance in Caddy's direction, and Caddy grimaced. Almost everyone. But beautiful? Thank you. Don't mind him. He tells everybody that. Because everybody is a beautiful person. Yeah, it's true. Ouch.
Hey, guys.
Oh, hey, guys. George skidded around the corner, panting as if he ran the entire way. In fact, I didn't doubt that he had. I see you met Hana. She's a new friend of ours, so be nice to her, all right?
What?
Would we ever be anything but nice? Look, you were just trying to, like, find some way to freaking... like, sabotage the freaking Normal Boots Club, alright? Caddy, I have, this face is the face of suspicion. Why, Caddy?
Yeah,
why?
whatever.
Last year's tournament would beg to differ. That was one time, and that was only because Shane ate my pizza. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Later, guys.
Anyways, I don't want to keep you. I was giving Hana a tour of the campus since she's new here. Well, it was nice meeting you. I hope we'll see you around more.
Bye.
It was nice meeting you. Gerard waved the pair off as they climbed the staircase, then held the door open for me again. And we're off again. Gerard seems... Oh, see, I really like Gerard. He's such a nice guy. That's Azalea Art Center. There's a recording booth and lots of spare rooms for clubs to meet in. The theater is right next to it. It's where John holds all the drama club and all of its rehearsals. I think the student council elections are held there, and Jared has a special event at least once a semester. Last year was a martial arts exhibition, and Jared did kendo against other practitioners in the school. He shook his head in awe.
See what I mean?
He's truly talented. Really, all of my friends are. I think I'm really lucky to have people like that around me.
Darn.
Aw, Gerard.
Huh?
Yeah? I'm sorry, did you have a question? No, that's alright. Great. Over there you can see Higanbana peeking out in the distance. There's a field separating us and people like to eat there. Gerard seemed a cheerful, grateful, down-to-earth kind of person. He was really going out of his way to help me out and be kind to me, and didn't even seem to realize what a big deal that was. I giggled. Something told me I shouldn't point it out. Despite that, I was truly thankful. He took me to the places Mai did and more, describing everything and several past events in excruciating detail. It was a little much for a friendly tour, but having the names and locations of the buildings burned into my mind was a good thing. We ended the tour back in Poppy Hall after what seemed like hours of walking. Gerard was keen on finishing off the tour with the best place on campus. Ta-da! Here it is, the Normal Boots Club Room. Are those My Little Ponies on the table? They're like, what is going on with these things on the table here? He pushed the door open and pointed inside. It looked like a regular room filled with desks and some kind of toys. It's not much, but it's home to some of my happiest memories. He shut the door again and dusted his hands. There's a little closet here people used to store things, too. He reached to turn the handle, but paused and then retracted his hand. Was that a shutter I saw? Just a little tip. Knock before you open the door to any closet on campus. Oh, I'm gonna take a guess and say you caught Jared in there?
Really?
Why? Oh, you know, ghosts, I guess? That was strange advice, delivered strangely. Gerard was uncomfortable. I wasn't sure what to make of it. He knocked and a few seconds later opened the door. The hell? Someone was in that closet. I was not expecting someone in that closet. Why was someone in the closet? Hey. Gerard waved to the person and closed the door, turning back to me. Who? Sorry if he scared you. What? Anyways, that's it for the tour. How was it? Are we just not going to talk about that guy in the closet? Okay. He beamed. I hesitated, but seeing his eye twitch slightly, thought better then to bring it back up. It was awesome! Thank you so much. I learned a lot about the school and about you and your friends. It really made me feel included. No problem, not at all. I like helping out. I wish I had someone to show me around when I first got here. You have no idea how long it took me to find all the secret tunnels and make a complete map of campus. Secret tunnels?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely! Yeah! Oh man, I've got to show you. Gerard glanced at the clock hanging in the wall and winced.
Oh.
Darn. I gotta get going. I have homework to do. But if you ever need more help, I'm here for you. He got out a notebook and scribbled something down. Then he ripped it out and gave it to me. Here. My phone number, dorm number, address, parents' phone number, email, spacebook, and blipper information. Okay. First of all, she just got his digits, so smooth going there, Hana. Second of all, my friends and I have an inside joke with the idea of spacebook. So I'm dying on the inside. Okay, I'm over it. Don't hesitate to ask me anything.
Later.
I'll see you later, Hana. It was really great spending time with you. Just like that, he was gone. I put the paper in my bag, chuckling softly to myself, then paused. I had to check. You were in front of the supply closet the whole time, and I fought the urge to open the door after Gerard closed it. Now I was going to see who was in there. Oh, dear. Darkness. The light was off this time. I slid my hand across the wall looking for the light switch and flipped it. There was no one in the closet. I froze, still as the paints and construction paper that lined the walls. He wasn't in here, and this was the only exit. I closed the door, blinked hard, and walked straight back to my dorm room. Forget about it. Just forget about it. Ignoring that last incident, Gerard truly went out of his way to show that he was thinking about me. In fact, I got the impression that he was this way for everyone, maybe even everything. He was thorough, very thorough. And when he wanted to help you, he did everything in his power to do so. Maybe it hadn't meant much to him, but it meant a lot to me. I returned to the dorm and crawled into bed with a smile on my face, ready to take on the next day. This time, I knew I wouldn't get lost. Alrighty, I think I am going to save there because that was the end of day 3 and this is the beginning of day 4. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you to everyone that joined me on the stream tonight. Thank you again to Spike for hosting. If you guys ever want to watch some awesome streaming, you can go see my friend Spike on Twitch. Spike Plays Games is his name. SPYKE Plays Games. He does awesome stuff Saturday mornings. He has terrible Tuesdays where he plays really horrible games on Tuesday nights. But he took out tonight to host my stream, which was so sweet of him. So thank you, Spike. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And I am excited to catch you guys next time on the next stream for Asagao Academy. Thank you guys, and I will see you soon.